super excited about today as I am going to be teaching and sharing how to create massive engagement on Facebook by using attraction marketing. More specifically, how to market in a way to create massive engagement, establish yourself as an authority, along with how to magnetically sponsor people into your business with a lot less effort. This is going to be great for either the newbie network marketer, or maybe if you have been in the industry for a while, but you're kind of struggling when it comes to generating leads on Facebook. You're not really seeing a whole lot of engagement. That's going to change today. So you'll definitely want to take notes, and let's go ahead and begin. Now, understand that there are two ways to build your business when it comes to Facebook. Number one, you've got prospecting. Now, this is active. This is where you are actually reaching out to people, you're striking up conversations. And then the second way is through marketing. And marketing is where basically you putting out content, you putting up posts to get people reaching out to you, to get people raising their hand. Now, I don't know about you, but a big reason why I started learning marketing is because reaching out to people and prospecting people that didn't know me from Adam was not very fun. It's a lot more fun to sit here and talk to people who already know you, or to those who you've put out a piece of content and they raise their hand and they're like, hey, what are you doing? That's what I'm going to be teaching. Now, understand when it comes to Facebook, there is absolutely a right way and a wrong way. And trust me, from someone who was a total spammer for like 4 years, I definitely know what not to do on Facebook, because as I first got started, I turned a lot of people off for about 4 years, and my own sister even called me a spammer, and that was really my turning point to learn, hey, like, what are the successful doing differently? What can I do to actually start attracting people and getting them reaching out to me? Now, one of my very, very favorite books on attraction marketing is a book called Magnetic Sponsoring by Mike Dillard. And what he mentions in the book on how to start attracting people is this. He says, generating attraction is about one thing: increasing your value to others and to the world. The more valuable you become to others, the more they will seek you out. So now that you know really what attraction marketing is, let's go ahead and start with the various steps to start building your brand and setting up your profile in a way that attracts people. So this all starts with your brand, okay? First and foremost, especially if you're in network marketing, so many people think that their brand or their business is their network marketing company. Understanding your brand is the very first step to marketing online. And with that being said, understand that your business and your brand is you. It's not the network marketing company you're with. It's not the products you promote. People join people, and people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And therefore, you must become that brand that people know, like, and trust. And whether you know it or not, everybody has a brand. If you look at people like Oprah, what do you think of when you hear her name? What about Justin Timberlake or Ellen DeGeneres? ESPN or Cartoon Network, they all have a brand. Again, people join people, not companies. So when it comes to my brand, I'm very big and I'm very known for social media marketing and branding. Very big into videos, especially Facebook Lives. And I'm also very known for outsourcing and really teaching people how to work smarter and not harder. So again, when I think of Kit, my video editor, I very much associate her with editing videos. She's very, very good at it. It's what she's known for. Same thing with ESPN. You know, what is their brand? They're very much known for feeding the sport enthusiast, right? So if you're someone who you don't like sports, ESPN is probably not going to be a place that you're going to go, right? So here are some different questions that I want you to ask yourself to determine what you want your brand to be. Question number one, what do you want to be known for? Question number two, what space in the marketplace do you want to fill? If somebody says your name, what do you want them to think of? Do you want to be known for that skincare guru, a trainer? Do you want to be known as that life coach or an SEO specialist or video marketing? Whatever it is, really think about it and ask yourself those questions. Understand that this might change. So you might start off a little bit more broad in the beginning, and then as you are developing, as you're going along, you're going to be able to really understand, okay, what you really like, maybe some things you don't like. So when I first started teaching online marketing and branding, I was kind of teaching very generic. I was a little bit more broad. As I started really studying and learning, then my brand kind of developed over time. And that's when I started getting really good at and understanding that, hey, I'm really good at marketing and branding. That's what I love. That's what I want to be known for. Same thing with Facebook and video marketing, and also outsourcing and just teaching people how to be more productive. And that can develop over time. So if it changes, don't beat yourself up. Now, the second step to marketing and really setting yourself up online when it comes to attracting people is understanding and identifying your target market. Now, if I'm being honest, back when I was with a previous network marketing company, I sold skincare products. And this is back when I did it totally wrong. And I just thought that, hey, everybody has skin, so everybody's in my target market. Wrong. Because not everybody who has skin cares about looking younger or cares about the wrinkles or the dark spots or sunspots on their face, right? Understand that when it comes to target market, you really want to get specific. And this is something that I heard when I was listening to an Amy Porterfield podcast. Absolutely love and adore her. And she was doing an interview. I think it may have been with Jasmine Star. I could be wrong. They were talking about just niching down and getting very specific. And one of the things that stuck out to me was when they said, the riches are in the niches. So the more specific that you can be, the better off you are in the long run. So when it comes to target market, I want you to sit down, grab a piece of paper, and start asking yourself some questions. The easiest explanation is if you had to sit here and write out who your ideal customer is, who your ideal client is, who your ideal business partner is, what do they look like? You know, are they male or female? What's their age range? Where do they live? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have kids? If so, how many kids do they have? Do they have a college degree? How much money do they make? What qualities do they have? What qualities do they not have? When I really started thinking about, okay, who do I want to attract? Who is my ideal customer? My target market was very similar to me. They know what they want. However, they just don't know how to get there. So they're kind of like, again, where I was 6 months ago. They have the drive, they have the motivation, they just don't have the know-how. Now, another thing about my target audience is I know that this woman, she's not a negative person. She thinks in abundance. She is like no nonsense. She doesn't make excuses. She's not really techie because, hey, I'm not really techie, right? And so understanding and writing that down is super, super important. Why? Because when you start creating content, when you start putting up posts on your profile or on your fan page or on your blog, you can start writing as if you are talking to that ideal person. And that's when people are listening to you. They get that feeling like, oh my gosh, like this person is speaking to me. And what happens is that starts building a deeper connection and building that know, like, and trust factor. And if you don't have that, then there's no way that you're going to build any type of long-term sustainable business online. So now that you understand, you know, what attraction marketing is, why it's important, you have thought about and you have written down your brand. The second step is identifying your target market. Now it's time to really beef up your Facebook profile to really set yourself up to start attracting people versus repel them. Now I'm going to give you 8 tips. Tip number 1 is making sure that you have a profile picture of you, preferably one of you smiling. You know, a lot of times when I go to connect with people on Facebook or people are sending me friend requests, I go to their profile because that's the first thing that people do if you send them a message and they don't know who you are, or maybe they comment. You know, people are going to check you out. I'm sure you do the same. So having a profile picture of you is very, very important. You want people to think, hey, you know, this person is approachable. And all too often, I see people with a profile picture that's set to like a picture quote, are set to a picture of like their pet or a group of a lot of people, and you can't even tell like who you're talking to because you're like, there's so many people in here, like, who am I talking to? So very first thing, change it. Have like an up close picture of you, again, one of you smiling. Now the second tip is going to be to make sure that you have a cover photo. You definitely can have this be either lifestyle, you can have collages. For me right now, I change it up every now and then, but I have a picture of me with a pretty quote on it with, you know, several of the people on our network marketing team. What you want to steer clear of is any type of company branding. So if you're in a network marketing company, you definitely don't want to have any type of reference to your company. And that's because, you know, you want to create curiosity. If somebody comes to your profile and they see just a billboard of like the network marketing company you're with, they're probably going to be less receptive or less likely to want to have a conversation with you because they're probably going to think, what is this person going to pitch me? The third thing is setting up and having that introduction. Now, a lot of the times this is right underneath your cover photo. You can have a little intro, and this gives people a little insight into who you are and who you serve. Again, this is short. It's limited to so many characters, but for me, you know, I have like wife and mother, marketing and branding strategist. So when people come to your profile and they see your intro, what do you want them to know about you? The fourth thing is editing your about section. Again, I would remove any type of reference to your network marketing company because you lose all curiosity this way. The best example that I can give you, or the best analogy, is think of the last time that you watched a preview to a movie. What made you want to go see that movie? Chances are they gave you just enough information to make it super interesting to where you're like, oh my gosh, like I have to go to the movies and see this. However, if you give away the name of your company, it's as if during the preview they gave you the ending to the movie. And if they did that, would you be as apt to want to go and watch it? Chances are probably not. You know, for me, I have my business page linked to my profile. I also have my website. You can do that, but have some information about you. If you want to put your phone number, that's fine. If not, that's totally cool, but give people some insight into who you are. Now, my fifth tip when it comes to setting up your profile to attract versus repel is use those featured photos. Facebook right now allows you to have 5 featured photos that are up at all times. Now you could totally change these, but be mindful when it comes to picking which ones you want to use as those featured photos. It's definitely great to tell a story. So if you look at my featured photos right now at this point, you're going to see, you know, pictures of my little girl. That's going to tell you, hey, I'm a mom, and you can see us like on vacation. So we like to have fun. We like to travel. You can also see a picture of me on stage, so you know that I'm an entrepreneur. And then there's right now a picture of me using some products. It's actually a before and after picture, so you know that I'm into health and wellness. So use these pictures, get creative, don't just slap them up, but tell a story. When somebody looks at these featured photos, what do you want them to know about you? The sixth tip is to go public. All too often, people will send me a friend request or they'll shoot me a message. I'll go to their profile and then nothing is public, and so I get no snapshot of who they are, what they're about. So you just want to make sure that you go public. So whenever you are putting up a post on your profile, you have the ability to set that post to public so anybody can see it, or you can set it to your friends and family. And a lot of the times when I'm coaching people, I'll go to check out their profile and all of their videos, all of their posts are set to just friends only. And what happens again, when people go who don't know you and they go to your profile, if they can't see anything, they're a lot less likely to want to connect. The seventh tip is to go into your settings and allow people to follow you. You want to turn on that follow button. So when somebody comes to your page, they have the ability to send you a friend request or follow you. And all too often, so many people have this turned off. And what happens is you're basically like not allowing people to connect with you or follow your posts. And understand, when it comes to your profile, right now Facebook limits you to 5,000 friends. However, you can have as many people following your post. So you just want to make sure you enable that follow button. Now, the eighth tip is to approve timeline and tagging, and you just want to make sure that you have your settings set to where you have to approve any post that you're tagged in. This is to give you control of your page, of your profile, of your feed, right? So take for instance, I did not have this actually set on my profile, and as I was sharing like my weight loss journey and I was using these products and I was sharing updates, a lot of people within the network marketing company I'm with started sharing my photo, and before you knew it, they started tagging me in it. And what I ended up doing is going and hiding those posts from my timeline so that it wasn't just my before and after pictures showing my weight loss journey. And here's what happens, you know, you don't want people like hiding your stuff on your timeline, because what happens if people start hiding your content, if you're tagging people, then it hurts your edge rank, and Facebook is going to dock you and not show your stuff to as many people. So those are my 8 tips to really spruce up your profile and set yourself up to really be that authority figure, somebody who is attracting and not repelling. Now, before I end this, I do want to give you a few final tips. Tip number 1 is to focus on quality versus quantity. Now, all too often, you know, back before there were over 2 billion people using Facebook, people were suggesting that you post several times a day, you know, 3 times, 5 times. Some people even post like 10 times. With over 2 billion people on the platform, you definitely want to post less, but focus on quality. So I would recommend now, what I'm hearing is, you know, put up 1 to 2 posts a day, but really be thoughtful of what you're putting up. Tip number 2 is no negativity, okay? Understand that when you are putting up any type of negative post or controversial post and you're just sitting here complaining, what happens is you are going to attract those type of people. And chances are, when it comes to building your business online, you definitely don't want to attract the negatives. You want to attract the positives. Tip number 3 is to always lead with value, okay? You want to think, you know, of Facebook's mission. What's their mission? It's to connect friends with family. And so before you start putting up posts, you want to think of a few things. You know, people come to social media to what? Socialize. So you want to think entertain, educate, inspire. So before you go slapping posts up on Facebook, you want to think, okay, is this going to be entertaining to my audience? Is this going to educate them? Is this going to inspire them? And if not, I probably wouldn't recommend you putting it up. Now, I'm not going to go a ton into content creation, but what I am going to tell you is think about the pains and problems of those in your target market. What are they struggling with? What questions do they have? So instead of just you putting up pitchy posts that just turn people off, Facebook's not putting those out into the newsfeed like they used to. I rarely see pitchy posts anymore in my newsfeed. What you want to think is, what is going to be valuable? What's going to be entertaining? What's going to help my audience or those that I'm trying to attract? Don't mention your company name in your post. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. You know, if you're in network marketing, I actually did a launch video when I first started. And what I want you to take note of, and you can actually find this video at sherrybrowncoaching.com/business. This is an example of how I did a launch video about my business, and what I did was I basically went live and I shared like 7 reasons why I said yes. Again, I never mentioned my company name. I just shared, hey, I'm doing something new, and these are the reasons why I said yes. Now, you can do these launch videos at any time. So maybe you already did one. You can always go back and do like a relaunch video. So take a look at the video I did, you know, take some notes. What do you like? What do you not like about it? And then do your own. Now, I also want to share an example with you on how I create curiosity around my network marketing products. So if you want to take a look at how I present my products, how I present my journey, then what you can do is check out the video I did at sherrybrowncoaching.com/products. Now, when it comes to your products, again, take notes. Look at how I'm presenting my products. Notice that, again, I never mention the company name. I also don't even mention the name of the product. Why is that? Because I don't want people going to Google. I don't want people being able to search the company or search the products that I'm using. I want to force people to reach out to me who are interested, because I want to get to know what are their pains, what are their problems, what are they looking for. And I also don't want them to know what I'm using and then maybe go find somebody else who's doing it. So again, take a look at how I present my network marketing products and also how I talk about the business. That way you can get some examples to launch your own business and create curiosity and start generating leads when it comes to your product. So I hope you got lots of value from this. If so, feel free to share it out. Sharing is caring. And until next time, bye.